A couple weeks ago, I was lucky to be invited to New York for an exclusive hands-on presentation of the newest VR headset from Meta, Quest Pro. I got to learn more about this long-awaited headset directly from the Meta product team and got to try several VR experiences during a 2-hour-long hands-on demo session. And today, I'm finally able to share with you my early first impressions from trying the new hardware, checking out some of the new features, and testing 4 VR applications. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, as very soon I will be covering Meta Quest Pro in much more detail so that I can help you decide whether this is the next VR headset that you should buy. First, I'll go over the major specs of Quest Pro before jumping in with my personal impressions and experiences testing this headset. Meta Quest Pro is definitely stepping up in its specs and features compared to its predecessor. It's smaller but somewhat heavier than Quest 2, however, it feels better balanced because of its first ever curved cell battery located at the back of the head strap to better conform with the shape of the head and provide an overall a more balanced experience. And yes, because the battery is located at the back, there will be no options for third-party straps. In fact, the head strap is not detachable from the headset whatsoever. It's all one solid piece. Quest Pro features pancake lenses, 2 LCD panels, 1800 by 1920 pixels per eye, but the amazingly sharp image that I saw was achieved not thanks to the resolution, but pixel density. Quest Pro features 37% more pixels per inch and 10% more pixels per degree than Quest 2, and that makes the whole difference as the sweet spot was really large and I could easily read even the smallest text while wearing the headset. I was told that compared to Quest 2, it has 25% improvement in full field visual sharpness in the center view and 50% improvement in the peripheral region. Quest Pro runs at 72 and 90 Hz with 106 degrees horizontal and 96 degrees vertical FOVs. It's not a very large FOV, but I will address it later in this review as to why they might not have gone all the way in terms of the FOV. The IPD adjustment is continuous but mechanical. However, thanks to the eye tracking technology, it features an automatic IPD adjustment software which tells you when your IPD setting is at the optimal level. I will talk more about it later in this video when I discuss the headset's comfort. A little bit more about the hardware. Quest Pro comes with the only storage option of 256GB, 12GB RAM. There are 10 sensors that allow both virtual and mixed realities, and the brand new Snapdragon XR2 Plus platform, which is optimized for VR to run at 50% more power than Quest 2. Unfortunately, this power doesn't come for free, and based on how actively you use this headset, it will run only for 1 to 2 hours, and Meta does not offer any official accessories to extend the battery life. It seems like the perfect opportunity for third-party sellers. Quest Pro will be sold for $14.99 from the Meta store and also from Amazon, Best Buy, and a few other Meta's retail partners. Some key features of this product that make it stand out are full-color mixed reality pass-through, natural facial expressions and eye tracking, and self-tracking controllers. I will talk about my first impressions testing these and other features, my experience trying some VR apps, and my final thoughts about this headset. It was pretty incredible to see my surroundings in full-color pass-through for the first time. Meta Quest Pro's high-resolution outward-facing cameras have 4 times more pixels than the cameras on Quest 2, which allows a much greater fidelity when recreating the environment in VR. Unlike the monoscopic pass-through on Quest 2, Quest Pro features stereoscopic mixed reality pass-through to create a natural view of the world in 3D. This resulted in a higher quality, better depth perception, and fewer visual distortions. Although it still didn't look quite like the real life, and I could still notice some occasional distortions, they weren't nearly as noticeable as the pass-through distortions on Quest 2. The color pass-through achieved on Quest Pro definitely makes you feel more present in the real world, and the mixed reality experiences felt more real because of that as well. After testing several of those apps for about an hour, I got so used to the pass-through that a few times I caught myself perceiving it as the real world without really thinking that I'm wearing the headset, and I think that that's exactly what Quest Pro developers try to achieve. I couldn't stop thinking about all the mixed reality experiences that I'll be able to have in this headset. All the apps that already exist on App Lab and SideQuest will now have a completely different level of immersion when tried with this high-fidelity, colorful pass-through. One thing that I found disappointing though is when asked if color pass-through can now be captured using the recording, I was told that no, unfortunately, you still cannot record the pass-through mode on your Quest, which doesn't make sense to me at all. If they're pushing Quest Pro as a mixed reality first headset, then why wouldn't they make it easy for users to record their mixed reality experiences directly in their headset? They probably have done it for privacy reasons so that you can't record your home environment, but I just find it really strange that the selling point of this headset cannot be captured within this headset. Face tracking and eye tracking technology to me was the most impressive part of the whole demo. Quest Pro features 5 infrared eye and face tracking sensors capable of a 120-degree field of view each, arranged to capture your upper and lower facial movements. As a result, my avatar could mimic some pretty impressive details in facial expressions, such as mouth, eyes, and even eyebrow movements, showing a wide array of emotions. An interesting point to note is that face and eye tracking on Quest Pro is disabled by default, and you will have an option to enable it if you want to when you're first setting up your Quest Pro. For now, the main use case for both face and eye tracking is social apps. The one I got to try was Horizon Workrooms, but there are so many directions eye tracking technology can be used in game development. Imagine a game in which you can break windows just by looking at them. You may have seen that in the PlayStation VR 2 trailer, eye tracking was used to make a quick selection in the menu. This kind of eye tracking based UI can be easily done in Quest Pro, but unfortunately at launch there are no VR apps that take advantage of eye and face tracking in such creative ways. The most fun I've had while playing with eye tracking was during the calibration steps. To calibrate eye tracking on Quest Pro, all you need to do is follow this shiny orb with your eyes moving around in a circle for about 10 seconds. After that, you can test your eye calibration by moving this flying orb with just your gaze. That was my first experience with eye tracking technology, and it felt like magic. I was disappointed that there were no eye tracking specific demo apps available to users at launch to showcase this cool technology, but I can't wait to see what developers will come up with soon. Regarding content, one thing is important to understand for everyone who considers buying Quest Pro is that this headset aims to take VR beyond gaming and entertainment and towards productivity and collaboration. The word collaborate was mentioned many times during the presentation. For example, one of the apps that I got to try was the new version of Horizon Workrooms optimized for Quest Pro. I made a separate video showcasing my detailed hands-on experiences with all VR apps I demoed during the hands-on presentation, so go ahead and watch it if you'd like. However, of the 4 VR apps that I tried, none were fully immersive VR games, like the ones showcased during the PlayStation VR 2 demo. Based on my experience, it was very clear that the goal of Meta with Quest Pro was to deliver a high-end headset made for productivity, creativity, and collaboration, but not hardcore VR gaming. Quest Pro will support PC VR gaming via link cable and Airlink, but unfortunately does not feature a display port. As such, I do not view Quest Pro as a direct competitor to hardcore gaming headsets like PlayStation VR 2. Rather, it's a less expensive but a more powerful solution to professional-grade headsets like HoloLens 2. But of course, Quest Pro can do both work and play. Quest Pro will be backwards compatible with Quest 2, and all Quest 2 apps currently available on the store will work with Quest Pro as well. There are no exclusive apps for this headset for now, but I expect that there might be in the future, especially if developers use eye tracking technology as an integral part of the gameplay. I also managed to confirm that sideloading will be supported by Quest Pro, which is great news for SideQuest and for us. But what about comfort? The headset features a halo-type design without the top strap, looking very similar to HoloLens 2 design, and with these rather firm rubbery cushions in the front and in the back. They feel almost a little bit sticky because of the material made to stay securely on your skin and not slip off. There's a familiar gear on the back to tighten the headset, and I must say the first couple of times I put it on, I tightened it way too much, which resulted in this unpleasant red mark on my forehead. It didn't feel as uncomfortable as it looks, but I was told that I could get away with less tightening on the back. I think that this will take some adjustment to find the right setting for you to secure Quest Pro on your head without ruining your face. Although the IPD adjustment is mechanical, thanks to the eye tracking technology, it has a built-in IPD optimizer, meaning that as you physically move the lenses, the software automatically analyzes your IPD and notifies you the second you've set your IPD to the correct distance. This is not quite as good as an automatic IPD adjuster because you you still have to physically move the lenses with your hands, but still, you would be surprised to see how many people suffer from subpar visuals because of the incorrectly set IPD, and this technology proves to be useful to guarantee the clearest and sharpest image for any user. A few words about the self-tracking rechargeable controllers. They now allow a full 360-degree range of motion, and the tracking of these controllers felt great. I could even put them completely behind my back or my head, and there are absolutely no blind spots for tracking, which is definitely a huge upgrade from Quest 2. And no tracking rings means much lower chances of you damaging your controllers or your TV. Instead of using batteries, these controllers are now rechargeable, and you can charge them using the charging dock that comes in the box. Quest Pro comes with a partial light blockers. They will block the light coming from the sides of the headset, but leave the gap close to your nose. This definitely will break your VR immersion. But I think that this design was made to accommodate people who will be using this headset for productivity rather than gaming, because while using mixed reality, you don't really need to be completely blocked from your reality. In fact, all 4 VR apps that I tried during the presentation incorporated mixed reality, and with some of them I didn't even have to use light blockers at all. The developers tried to make Quest Pro a headset that will help you be productive while at the same time present in the real world. While in gaming headsets, it's the opposite. The goal is to completely isolate you from the reality. So the not so impressive FOV and partial light blockers are just another proof that this headset is not meant to be a gaming first headset, which I understand will be a big disappointment for many users who were expecting a hardcore gaming headset from Meta. While I'm sure that the visual clarity will be a huge improvement while playing immersive VR games on Quest Pro, $1,500 is a serious investment, and if you have no interest in using VR for productivity or collaboration, buying Quest Pro for gaming alone seems like an overkill. You will be paying for the headset packed with tools and features that, to a large extent, were designed for developers, architects, creators, and not for regular consumers. I mean, take the battery life alone. Only 1 to 2 hours battery life is only good enough for stationary experiences where you can sit at your desk with your headset connected to the power source. Light leak and low FOV are only good for mixed reality experiences where seeing your real world is not a big deal, and in some instances it's even helpful, but not for playing immersive VR games. No DisplayPort, no hot swappable batteries are also a huge disadvantage. Everything is made to cater developers, creators, and collaborators. And sure, you will enjoy the fun full-color mixed reality experiences, crystal sharp visuals, and vivid colors, but this all could be achieved for a lower price in a headset that was targeting VR gamers. In any case, Quest Pro is an upgrade from Quest 2, but say goodbye to your beloved head straps from Bobos and Kiwis, prepare to devise new ways to extend your battery life, and invest in full light blockers. My main hope is that soon developers will be taking advantage of the new technology to create unique experiences, which is still unlikely to justify the $1,500 price tag for this headset, at least for gamers. And I would definitely recommend taking some time and observing which direction the developers will take in creating experiences for this headset before jumping the gun and purchasing it right away without fully understanding what you will use it for. Next, watch my video showcasing in more detail the VR apps that I got to try during the hands-on presentation, and after that I will tell you more about the official and third-party accessories released by Meta for Quest Pro. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time!